谢谢发言人。北京日报记者提问。
Beijing Daily. It's also about Fukushima's nuclear contaminated water. Lately, the Japanese government has attempted to justify its plan of dumping the water from Fukushima into the sea at such occasions as NATO summit, the ASEAN Plus Foreign Ministers meeting, and the Eastern Caribbean Ministerial meeting on fisheries and sustainable use of living marine resources, while signaling that the scheduled discharge beginning this summer will not be postponed. However, the National Fisheries Cooperative Federation and Fisheries Cooperatives of Fukushima have all reiterated their opposition with their comment. Recently, the Japanese government has launched global public relations campaigns on the issue of dumping the nuclear contaminated water from Fukushima into the ocean. It attempts to silence those in Japan who oppose the plan with the introduction of a special fund. It intends to cite the IEA's review report as a green light for its decision, and talks of the ocean discharge plan as a done deal. If the nuclear contaminated water is truly safe, Japan doesn't need to dump it into the ocean. If it is not safe, Japan shouldn't dump it into the ocean. There's a huge question mark to the legitimacy, safety, and legality of Japan's discharge plan. No matter how Japan tries, it cannot whitewash the plan. The protests in neighboring countries and the questions raised by Japanese citizens from various sectors are clear evidence. A Japanese media outlet reported on July the 16th that over 80% of Japanese respondents to a recent poll said that the government's explanation over the Fukushima wastewater was insufficient. Japanese scholars and environmentalists have also spoken up, saying that it is intolerable for the Japanese government to worsen radioactive pollution by discharging the nuclear contaminated water into the sea after the radioactive leak caused by the Fukushima accident in 2011. The Japanese government's decision to dump the nuclear contaminated water into the sea fails to entirely to reflect the voice of the people, especially the fishing and farming communities. It will probably break its promise of not starting the ocean discharge before gaining understanding of relevant parties. I need to stress that there is no precedent nor commonly accepted standard concerning the discharge of nuclear contaminated water into the ocean. It is a scientific matter and a question of attitude as well. We urge Japan to take seriously the legitimate concerns of the international community and the Japanese people, stop pushing through the ocean discharge plan, have full and sincere communication with neighboring countries, dispose of the nuclear contaminated water in a truly responsible manner, and subject itself to strict international oversight.